see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
God damn it.
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just the messenger. I'll leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen Mother Crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces, now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off-storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Wulu deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Hippocrates. What the fuck?
Is a storm coming soon?
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
I was wondering when next you'd visit. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
Hey.
I have quite the find for you today. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it. You are always welcome, Clive.
It seems the hideaway's lost its...
What's that for you, dear?
I'll take
No
this.
scratches, all right? And
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Mr. Ryanon's right. I'm sorry.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Akashic. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight.
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Do you think there are as many as Martha says?
More.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Let's go.
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
Mad dogs.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rossfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Hey, hell yeah.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Mad dogs.
My brothers. This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
Just patch me up as quick as you can.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
so! Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, Sir Wade. Shall we? Glad you're here. Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Well, go on, then. It's not for me to ask him.
Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're...
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
What are you after? Much obliged. Thanks very much.
Thank the Finder.
And some of your numbers served as shield.
No holding back.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
And some of your numbers served as shield.
Come on. Run like the wind. Thanks, girl. Can't let that thing roam free so close to the inn. Time to take the bull by the horns. I needed that. Nice try. The locals will sleep easier without you.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Ready, go? Well, Clive, looks like you're gonna need me to take a sword. It should have stayed in its shell.
Sid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. Now, I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, and the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
Oh, my finest pieces.
Anything I can interest you in? Here you are. An excellent choice. Here you are.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, fucking leaving bastard. You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costner's. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
Picture it, Conrad. Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalimil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you called the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
Then let us band together and show these brutes that Dalimil is not.
Come on. Run like the wind. All right. Time to fight. I can walk from here. They don't look happy.
Very nice.
Peace at last.
blade yet hungers, and so do I. Oh, come. Let us feast on your flesh.
Your feasting days are over.
I breathe your blood! My turn!
I am updating Destiny 2.
Why would you trust Bungie to for the game?
Those who kill for sport deserve no better.
Well, for what? I want to fucking play. I want to touch Crota's End. It's literally something I want to fucking play again.
I'm surprised they fucking chose. I'm surprised they chose Crota's End over over the Wrath of the Machines.
This
season,
this season is very like hive themed, so he wanted to keep it that way.
Anything I can interest you in? My thanks. An excellent choice.
Here I am watching the game. Boom, Destiny 2.
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
I gotta get a bumper.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley.
Wayfinder is in such a very bad spot.
Driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time.
They've been doing nothing but updating the servers for the past 2 to 3 days now.
Is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores,
I forgot they
meager
didn't
though
fucking
they
up the cap
regrettably
like
are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense
the
Conrad is
the
not
Fall
wrong
Guys
in
collaboration
his
with
assessment of the bandits'
Final Fantasy
likely
14.
return. Which
Is that out?
That now,
Yeah, it's out.
more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand
Oh yeah, sorry
united.
if I cough a lot. I have something my fucking throat is hurting.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Oh yeah, I got my fucking.
Thank you,
I
Clive.
got my copy
Your
of.
performance was nothing if not
What was it?
workmanlike.
My
She saw
copy
right
of
through
Kingdom
it.
Hearts.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly.
What about
Meet me
Kingdom
back
Hearts?
at the Briar's
I
Kiss,
got-
and we
I
shall
got
see what
a
we
fucking-
face.
I got a motherfucking copy of the.
Not convinced our
for one
roles in this
bundle.
ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
So now I have the 10 main entries of Kingdom Hearts.
I love how the fucking rhythm game is canon as well.
Yep, and the
Good
gacha game
news,
that's
Sid.
discontinued.
Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully
What the fuck
accepted
is
their
that
new
build right
roles.
now?
With time, they may even learn to.
Oh, that's right. They
Time no longer
fucking.
appears to be
That's
the
still.
luxury it was
Still
before
fucking.
lunch.
I take it your
No,
scouts found
what?
the bandits.
Technically, it
There's
would
a
be the
I guess
bandits
there's
who
a
found
bug
my
for the
scouts.
loadout system.
It appears they
in
march for
G2, so they
Dalamil
fucking
as we
disabled it.
speak. All
Bruh.
of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
That's so dumb.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. Mistakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
This is kind of the scene with the Sarah, I guess?
No women folk have come to
all these
us.
Why are you doing it again? Stop. 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 Final case you had to do auto rifle or it's like hand of blood to heal your teammates.
Is there anything good revealed for the final show?
The zone looks fucking oh, the new suit. And the Titan one is actually kind of fucking sick. So, well, I also haven't finished watching the whole doc, or the whole video, because, there's literally so fucking much. I don't know, the final shoot, they showed the 3D preview. With the Titan one, it's a new voice suit. So they fucking wield an axe, and they pretty much, they throw 3 axes, and they don't respond. And those axes, so your teammates can pick up those axes, and you can start wailing on people with that shit. And then the Warlock Super, the first person super like the Sunsinger Warlock in Demon. And it's melee based, so you throw like, so you know like how you do like a finger snap shit? It's pretty much just that shit, but you throw a whole bunch of that shit, and then whenever you throw down your rift, you summon a solar solar stone, and those things home in on people to AoE damage. And then Arc Hunters, they have where they fucking whip out a throwing knife, right? You throw it at an area, and you teleport to that area, and you do like this big ass AoE shit, and you can do that up to 3 times. That's like the only like
Nice try.
exotic sidearm shoots out. I guess they're coming off. Nice try. Shit. One second. Let me go to my history. So watch later. Kate is back. So they are doing more with build crafting. But it's very nice try. Where's the fun? Two new or one new enemy. So that means like mini roll. Also, the pre-order is an exotic fusion rifle.
Bro.
Yeah, and this exotic fusion rifle is kind of fucking nutty. Because one thing that it can do is it can take your grenade. You can put your grenade in the weapon, and it does like this fucking big ass fucking like damage thing that it does.
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Also, and also returning exotics, the Kvasov, the Hammerhead, Red Death, I think there's one more to bring back, but I cannot remember.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Actually, hold on, I wonder if they
Without
actually
you, there would have
fucking
been no
spammed
line
that
to
shit in the
hold.
chat.
You saved us, Conrad. You saved Alamil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that visitors from the desert won't be joining us either.
Alright, so they're not spamming 41%.
The plan worked, Sid.
Them.
Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty
Okie
bandits at our
dokie,
gate.
I'm coming. My mom made tacos.
Come now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all
Fuck
that
that shit.
matters.
Sidearm, I talked
As for
about.
you, Sid, you
The
fight
auto rifle that I talked about, we can heal
considerably
your
better
allies
than
and
you
shit.
act.
I'll take that as a
That.
compliment.
This is the seasonal trailer. Did I fucking miss it? I'll come back. I'm gonna go to dinner.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw it.
Trouble with your gear, or what do you want? Anything else?
Clive. Going purse weighing you down? Finished, are you?
First we find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side of the...
I saw it with my own eyes.
I can't do it.
My lord. Milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different.
Hello.
They've taken so many.
Hello.
I've lost count.
Akashic.
Also
but
in this
different.
season, Eris turns into the Hive.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Her poor powers.
No. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
Can't wait to see Branson say some shit about the game again.
We could leave.
The two soldiers were carrying another.
Madame, please! Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days. What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered. Or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort. But I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my needs.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors. You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
Dude, this hasn't happened in over, like, this entire fucking week is happening again. Stop, please.
I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow.
What happened?
I ran for my life.
What the fuck is wrong with my buttons?
I never did get to the village.
My fucking sound keeps muting on its own.
Oh.
My family.
It's all right. Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
You saw those soldiers.
Assume you have a plan?
That was all they could do to escape. They just left the bodies there in the flood.
Ready, go? Yeah!
I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I'm joking.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me.
Should I prime?
Save your strength. You're finished.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dame would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. Whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one, and that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go. Put Otto's mind at rest.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the color of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, it was not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
Oh, no,
And
that's in
I
this season,
only
actually.
ice.
Oh, okay.
8 wardens for 8 elements.
So there's these things called Deck of Whispers. That's what I was trying to remember what the fuck they were.
Clive.
I think it's a permanent thing now.
Are different. You're special.
But
Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit.
pretty much they are a deck of cards, and they also pretty much they fuck with your
The fact
build.
Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance.
So certain
Perhaps
cards do
Ultima
certain
has
things.
been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
Oh, and also they finally, I think this season they fucking put the group finder in here.
If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
I don't know how it's gonna
Right,
work.
hazard a guess. I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept.
Nice, dude.
This is why I struggle and fail to contain
Did
him
you
here
hear?
inside me.
Do you know much of Jobless Reincarnation?
Of what?
Jobless Reincarnation.
With every
Not that
setting
much,
sun,
why?
I feel my strength wane.
Nothing, because there's like I guess some
And though the
controversy
phoenix's
happening the last
flames mend
2
the prison I have
weeks
made for
now
Ultima,
because of the last 2
They
episodes.
do so at a cost.
The
We
main
must
character
find a
basically
means to
bought a
bring an end
slave.
to him
Bruh.
before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
And the only
It was
the
that or let
main
him take
reason was
Clive.
to
I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that
what's
doesn't
it called? Have
sacrifice yourself to
one
save
of his
me.
buddies train or practice certain like types of magic and shit. And I guess dude's having like a very hard time
Clive, it's Gav.
learning said magic. They're like, hey, let's just fucking buy a slave and then we'll just
There's an army of
fucking have
Akashic at the gates of
the
Canberra.
kid go over and just teach the fucking slave how to do it.
Mm.
They ended up buying like a fucking like a 7-year-old, whatever the hell it was.
Bruh.
Because the younger that they are, the easier it is for them to teach them.
Well, what's the short of it?
I thought Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their
Jesus
side.
Christ.
What of Lord Byron and Nid?
What's up?
Were they able to escape?
There's this game I've been waiting for called Grand Blue
But they're
Fantasy
all right for now. They're hiding with Gav.
It's been in development for years, and there's finally a release
We
date.
have to get them out of there.
Nice.
And
Also,
Michelle,
I thought that was
tell
for next
the
season. What the fuck?
Paris
What?
Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
I guess there's. I believe there's an exotic.
What's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
Oh shit! Yeah, there's an exotic
That sounds
weapon.
like a
And it's
question
pretty much
for the map.
the hive boomer.
Look here. This
Gun.
road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separate.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me,
I gotta hive
we'll be
his
fine.
brain back to fucking Echo Castle.
Brother.
Oh shit.
I'll look after him.
So I searched it up. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink has been in development, has been announced in 2016. And it's just now getting a release date for February 2014.
Is it a fighting game or is it like an RPG?
It's an RPG.
I see. I'm gonna pop my ultimate because I don't want to die.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Nigga, you said you don't play this game, bitch. Yeah.
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
An elevator, just get up top, another elevator.
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
Oh. There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallimil Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Grilled cheese on crustables.
Lady Karen.
Bruh.
How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait. What exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my
What does it mean by
affairs
solar
half the
tube?
care. But here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Just asking. Out of interest. All right.
It won't work.
I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating. About you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dallimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
Bruh.
What?
My connection is finally going wrong.
Rest in peace.
There you go. My stream
You're right,
is
Lady
back.
Karen.
Poggers.
I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
I broke 2 of the crystals.
It was.
I died
No.
for it.
I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day. I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, She says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was?
Oh, my friends are fucking.
What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
Seems the hideaway is book. Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
My nothing earbuds suddenly fucking died. They don't charge anymore.
Had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blimmin' kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favourites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Is a storm coming soon?
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah, Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbricois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbricois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life. in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid's scales, the ones she made for her workshop.
My eyes
I
are
borrowed them
burning
to
for
teach
some
the
fucking
little ones
reason.
about weight, and shortly
Damn.
after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
I think it's this season or the next expansion. The crafted weapons, you can pretty much use your glimmer and other shit to level it up.
Mm.
We sent curse breakers to Martha's Rest, Dalimil, and Northreach.
They actually simplified the fucking quest area.
What do you reckon we should do?
For the quest tab, right?
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
And just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we? All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others? This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is?
She took off her
It doesn't
blindfold.
look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track. These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh goods? I don't think you'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Miradol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Miradol's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Miradol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Did you see that? Tell me you saw
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, Do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
What did the dog do?
You're wrong.
It's right. Dream, the four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Canva was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
Yeah, well, about that.
The bandits may be known.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentleman of the town guard.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumours about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Dalimil? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her at her storehouse on the edge of town. But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers. Feeling bold, traveler? I hope so, for your sake. Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this store he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
You too, Goots.
Finest sell swords in Storm couldn't hold a candle to our new town guard. Fuck! How the hell
The gentleman of the town guard.
Mummy.
What a mess.
You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town is in our hands.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
Leave now, and we can pretend this didn't happen. It's over.
Are you alright?
Yeah. Oh my god. I think there's something wrong or something in my restroom. Because whenever I fucking shower,
Oh, you've done it now.
my nose gets really
Go
fucking
on.
stuffy. And then I start
Tell me
sneezing
what I've done.
uncontrollably.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen.
I got recommended an
I
11-year-old
was only
video
supposed to
of
point the
Final
lump in the right
Fantasy
direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not
Is
worth
this
the
how the game
effort.
looked like? All
Now be
like way back
gone.
then?
Before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
I need to find Goots. Right now.
Get your
Dude, this game
filthy
looks so
paws off
fucking
me, you
awful
naughty painted
when it first
lout!
came out.
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Blood?
Goose, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime, and I will not allow it to continue. Goots, was it? I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll kill you myself.
Goops, no.
Hello, Brian.
We made a choice. Go fight against your fate.
Goddamn.
But how did you?
Hello. Hello.
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together?
How
The
go?
whole thing got me thinking, who in Dallimil
well.
might bear me a
I'm alright.
grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it?
How
I thought
art
the years might have
thou
taught you some
doest?
sense. But I see you the
I'm
same
alright, I'm just playing,
pants-pissing craven you've
FF16.
always been.
Ah.
What was it we called you? Wet legs.
I'm currently waiting on a
You
friend
bitch!
to be ready, and then after that I'll be leaving this spot.
Everything that happened,
Meh.
it was all your
Just in
fault.
the meantime, I'll hop back on DT.
And now
The
you're
update was
finally
over fucking
paying for
12
what you
days.
did to me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh. No me. What? You saw what I said about selling a bunch of shit in my TF2 inventory, right?
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go
Yeah,
through
you know what I'm
me.
using the newfound trading currency to do? What? I am buying some strange weapons for Spy,
the way,
since
I
that is
can
my
handle
least
this
kitted
myself.
mercenary.
So, wet legs. You remember what you told
So I
me
have
last
half
night?
of the bastard Spy
Eye for an
loadout
eye.
as strange as
Wise words,
the Dead
wise
Ringer and the Diamondback revolver.
It's time to collect.
Do you know what the Diamondback does?
What?
For every backstab or building that you successfully sap, you get a stored guaranteed crit on the revolver for that life. Goddamn. And crit, it does slightly less damage than the normal revolver,
Sorry to
but
keep you
on the
waiting.
guaranteed crits, it's still doing 102 damage. And crits ignore damage fall off, so you can
Right.
fucking snipe people with it.
No. But I reckon it wishes
It's
it was.
hilarious. It's fucking bullshit and
Easy going
unfun to
through
fight
life,
against,
one
but
eye
it's
shot to
hilarious.
prepare. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old wet legs back when
Oh
we
yeah,
were working the
I
same
also got
routes.
the
Said I'd stolen
fucking
from his strong box. I don't
Power
even
Ranger
resort
suit
mind,
in
but
14.
That didn't stop him taking his
Is it
little
still going on?
revenge. So I took some of me
I got it last week.
Sorry, lost
before
everything.
it ended.
His
I think
coin,
it's over.
his
I think it's over. I
clients.
think it's over this week.
Always knew he'd be back
Oh,
one
shit,
day to
hang on.
claim his due.
What's over this week?
But he
The
crossed the
Moon
line
Fair Festival.
dragging poor Goots into this.
Damn. Oh well,
He
that's
didn't hurt you,
unfortunate
did
for me.
he?
Moon Fair.
No, Nan. Still got all my arms.
Oh,
see?
it's this. It's this
Legs
week.
too.
It's this. It is this week.
But
Moonfire
if he
Fair ends
comes
this
back
week.
again,
What if he does?
Yeah, until the
Take other
26th.
eye, Then we work our way down.
So this
He'll learn
coming
his lesson
Saturday.
Soon enough. But something tells me the wet legs has learned it already.
Dude, the fucking, you know, have you heard about the
Let's
game
get you
Immortals
back
of
to the
Avium?
hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already.
What's up? Have you heard of the
It's
game
alright,
Immortals
Clive.
of Avium? No. It's a game that's supposedly supposed
Remind
to
me
push
never to cross
like
you,
the
Karen.
cutting edge graphics, and the minimum
Oh, that's-
requirement, I shit you not, is a
2080.
Oh my god.
And even with the highest end PC, it's running like shit.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Joseph, it ends Saturday, and it's a level 30 requirement.
Damn. For what your
The Moonfire Fair.
The event in 14.
Yeah, I know.
The event. The event. It's a level 30 requirement.
Okay. I'm level 33, so but even then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have a.
There's no combat in it. It's literally just dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Alright, well, I am going to dip.
Alright.
Alright. Yeah, Nomi, I got it because I was playing with Branson and somebody else. And we were doing Palace of the Dead as the fucking retarded Power Rangers.
I am Sebastian Rutherford, Chief Steward of your Lord Uncle's estate.
Of course. We met once before.
Red Ranger Sage, Blue Ranger Warrior, and then he was a,
so
I think,
sensitive
Purple
that you
Ranger
put it in
fucking
writing?
ninja.
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the
Time
behest of your
to
Lord
buy another
Uncle,
supply pass.
tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned
Holy crap,
is
Lois!
grim.
I'm wasting money on
The
high
fate
rollers.
of the mother crystals has left
Holy
Storm
crap,
in a
Lois.
state of utter
I
disarray.
blew another $250 on Honkai Star Rail.
Subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace.
Kira, what the hell? You know you're gonna lose
Years of
50-50.
governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to
Oh,
drift
fat man, you suck with money.
Your Lord Uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate, and is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of
Oh, you know what I need to
several
put on my
colleagues serving
soundboard?
the 7 high houses.
Fucking screaming AI Chris.
Alas.
I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already.
That's a fucking
They are
Chris
both
sound,
able-bodied
but I like
and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times, even
I should put it
that
really quiet
may
and
not
set that as my
prove
entrance
sufficient
sound.
to keep a man safe on the road.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other
I've
the
just been
old
doing side
imperial
quests
capital of
in Final
Oriflamme.
Fantasy
That doesn't
16.
exactly narrow it down.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah, but have not made
I'll
any
start in
progress in the
Dalamil and
story
work my way
yet.
east.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety.
What are you waiting for? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know, man. How far? How long in the story? Like 76%. Or at least according to the game progress thing.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy.
The gentleman of the town guard.
Meow!
Meow!
No.
Meow!
Someone's got himself in trouble.
No.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master, then? If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more, and his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free, only to be stopped again by those soldiers you so kindly dispatched.
What of the Fist's central command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I
kill you,
borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at North Reach and see if I can pick up his trail.
You've heard of Grand Blue Fantasy, right?
Yes.
The action RPG that's based off of Grand Blue Fantasy, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink finally has a release date after 6 years of development. Not even 6 years, 8 years of since its reveal.
Damn.
And I think 4 years since Platinum Games
There's a lot
left
of
the
road
project.
between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere.
I remember seeing gameplay of it back in 2017, and it's just now getting a release date.
What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me of my belongings.
I'm not. I'm looking for someone who was sent here by a man named Rutherford.
And then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wellesley.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria.
Is that Gabe? Come on,
A
not
long
everything
time
with a
since
beard.
last I
Halo
saw my
was
great
Gabe.
aunt. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis?
Hi,
yes.
this is Gabe. Oh.
Yes, she is. The Lady Dowager has granted me leave to assist your Uncle Stuart. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road here.
Bandits?
They looked more like field hands, but it didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but all it earned me was a pummel to the temple.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right. I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind.
Dude, I
You
got
head
a
back to
PS5
Northreach.
and I'm
Visit the
investing
Vale.
in fucking
Tell them I sent you.
console gaming.
Thank you. I shall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the
Founder be your
fucking.
shield.
I got the Kingdom Hearts all for one bundle. I finally
Just couldn't
got it in the
resist,
mail.
could they?
It's still a fucking steal.
Yeah.
It was like $30.
This one's ours, pretty boy.
The peak game of all time is Gollum was on sale. Kingdom Hearts Damn, but
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine. Which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close to their gates.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't even send out patrols. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight break out over a crust of bread. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it. They were probably just desperate.
Rockford, listen
What
to
are you
me.
doing, Kiko?
If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the
What?
attention of a healer.
I
What?
Of course. I shall return to Northreach right away. But allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along, I...
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a pistolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
No.
Damn.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
You needn't fret. The creatures are...
Yeah.
Fucking Chibi Doki is one of my favorite unhinged VTubers. Fuck. I'm so humiliated. I went to go ask about new phone prices, and the guy helping me asked to see my phone. So I handed it over, and it locks to my photos where I had recently screenshotted tons of cute Bowser art.
Pokuti said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Right, blue dragons.
She's legit a fucking gremlin.
Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our wyvern. All right, let's get this over with.
I have a clip-worthy moment that I had at the beginning of the stream.
What?
I did just say, I don't know why, but I said opportunities like out loud. And I just hear the background of my fucking Google Home activating. Like I just hear something like beyond my headphones and it's fucking Google Home. I don't even know what the fuck made it go off. That's all I did was just fucking say how fucking. But that depends if it's
Yes, I know the simulated universe rewards are updated. Can I please get rid of that fucking notification without having to go to Herda's place, please?
I hate Madame Herda. I hate Madame Herda.
That's the...
I hate Madame Herda. Why are you making sex dolls of your younger self?
True.
Kinda creepy, bro.
Wyvern's liver. Now
What
I
do you
just need
mean
to
it's
find the
not
herbs.
normal to make dolls of
Bright yellow with
to
a
make
heady
dolls of
scent.
your younger self?
Also, dolls of the people that, or the person that was born on your space station. Oh, you did Kafka's companion quest, right?
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe.
Okay.
Better head back.
Yeah, while I was at work earlier, I got the follow-up like message from it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really fucking funny how she responds if you say that you miss her. Oh shit, speaking of, I actually do need to get some fucking
I see you're still
level
here.
up material.
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of traders, and with it a constant
Having to
flow
level
of
up 3
information.
characters is really fucking
Speaking of which, I received
emptying out my
word from
pockets.
both my associates. They have resumed their investigations, thanks to you.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's
Because
prospects.
Sampo I had at 30.
I'm afraid that Grim would be putting it
Because I
light.
used him a little bit when I
Storm
was
is in
really
crisis,
low
and if we
Trailblaze
are to
level.
free her, we must work quickly. And we must work together. Such
And then stopped
is your
leveling
Lord
because
Uncle's wish.
if I needed a wind character, I realized that Don Hong was infinitely better as an actual DPS.
Yeah.
But now that Kafka exists and can buff damage over time by making it, trigger multiple times per debuff,
Mm-hmm.
it's actually doing damage.
And I'm just thinking of, I almost have Kafka's traces to max level.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Will we ever see the sun
Nice.
again? It seems the hideaway's lost its
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
Chick-fil-A, a new chicken sandwich.
And what
Chicken
precisely will I be
sandwich.
cooking up? Or is it
Chicken
better not to
sandwich.
know?
Blueback wyvern liver.
Honey pepper pimento
and,
chicken sandwich.
a herb.
And
known as
caramel
Saint's
crumble
bonnet.
milkshake.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking
Oh
to
yeah,
do.
Wendy's has a
Let's hope
has
these
a
grand
new
old
sandwich.
chefs of yore
new
knew what they were on
sandwiches
about.
Oh yeah.
that are replacing what was it? The pretzel bacon pub sandwich.
And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
Loaded nacho cheeseburger and queso fries.
So, not fit for consumption then.
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force, a force of nature even, a maelstrom of flavour and sensation, a graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you. Like you've protected me.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you
What the
happy.
fuck?
Thanks, Nan.
I've never heard
you
that
down.
NPC say that before.
What?
I'm just walking past an NPC at a space station and just hear him go, "Ha! I have 10 different life insurance policies."
You'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye,
I've
master.
never heard that
Don't go
before.
thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today will cost you the same as it did yesterday.
Was that the fucking Miku microwave?
No.
That's what it sounded like.
Alright, time to stop playing Final Fantasy 16. I made no progress, but I'm gonna play Final Fantasy 14 now.
Teehee.
Simply put, a skill issue.
Let me do my 3 double